This presentation gives an introduction to the elements of business writing style. In business communication, the first thing a writer needs to do is to get into the minds of their audience. Consider these questions. Why should I read it? Will I like what you're going to say? What do I need or want to know? In how much detail? How will I use the information? The introductory paragraph in your memo should address the first two questions by clearly stating the purpose of the memo, and if the memo contains bad news, an assurance that you have done the necessary research. The other three questions listed here will drive what you include in the main body of your memo. Now let's talk about you as the writer. In the business context, you're usually asked to write a memo or report because of your expertise and ability to find information that will help businesses make decisions. Given this role, here are some points to consider. Avoid self-reference except in the opening and closing statements. In general, it's okay to use first-person pronouns when introducing a topic or making final recommendations, unless this is against your company's style. In the main body, however, you should focus on clearly and concisely summarizing the facts. When writing formal documents, you set the tone. It's best to avoid casual phrases and tone. Using contractions adds to a document's casual feel, so spell them out instead. Let's take a look at what happens when there's a breakdown in communication. The two aims of business communication are to be clear and concise. You can achieve this at several levels, from the overall document organization to the sentence and the word levels. At the document level, a strong introduction helps set the tone and tells the reader where you're going. After you state your main points in the beginning, back them up with enough supporting information. Make sure each paragraph is coherent. Only discuss one main topic within a paragraph, making sure each sentence is related to your topic statement, the first sentence in your paragraph. Use linking words to ease transitions from one section or paragraph to another. At the sentence level, you'll want to focus on active sentence construction, making sure you clearly identify the doer of the actions. Also, make sure your readers can identify the subject of all pronouns and modifiers used. We will look at some examples in the next few slides. Two other elements that contribute to sentence clarity are tenses and punctuation. Let's go back to the first point. An active sentence emphasizes or clarifies who did the action. The first sentence below is a passive sentence. Several errors were found during the audit. A better way to say it would be, the auditor found several errors. For another example, in SAS number 1, responsibilities and functions of the independent auditor are described. Here, the doer is mentioned in the sentence, but it's a little bit awkward. A more direct way to say it would be, SAS number 1 describes responsibilities and functions of the independent auditor. Another common mistake of beginning business writers is using a plural pronoun for a singular subject. Here in this sentence, Coca-Cola is a singular entity, but was given a plural pronoun, there. Another mistake is a dangling or misplaced modifier. In this sentence, the subject is the test, which is not who studied hard last night. Lastly, using proper tenses can help clarify what you're writing about has already happened, is likely to happen, or is happening right now. Only use the present tense for things that are still true or happening as your reader is reading your memo or report. Aside from clarity, writers need to pay special attention to editing for concision. You don't have to write all short sentences, which will make your document sound choppy. Pay attention to rhythm as you edit. Some words to pay special attention to are what I call connecting words, prepositions, conjunctions, and adjectives. These are underlined in the following sentence. Aside from these connecting words, notice that there are 3 verbs in this sentence, which are italicized. It's best to pick one main active verb to use in a sentence. An alternative way to rewrite this sentence would be, notice that I focus on one main verb, which is convert. Many times, your active verb forms are hiding in the form of nouns. To help you spot these, I've created a practice quiz in the link below, which is also available in the module. It will help you spot and convert these hidden nouns into active verbs. Lastly, remove expletives. In addition to swear words, expletives are those phrases that we usually insert in oral speech but can delete in written text without losing the meaning. Here are some examples. Just a couple notes on word clarity. The first is to use specific, not vague words. Here's an example. I'll have them look into the financials. Have is a very ambiguous word. Instead, you can say, I'll request my team to analyze the financial statement. Instead of look into, which is kind of casual, you can use the word analyze. Next, avoid the theoretical you when you mean everyone or a specific group of people. You know what I mean. One method that writers use to make their writing clear and concise is the paramedic method. It's similar to what I've just described, but puts it into a step-by-step format. You'll have the chance to practice using this method in your editing assignment, and I'd also encourage you to use it when editing a particularly wordy paragraph in your memo or report.